Hello world, I've been Coleman, one of your hosts here for the Florida Aviation Network, and we're coming to you live and in the clear, streaming on the internet. If you're watching this, chances are you're on the internet, or you're here live, or you're going to be watching this post-show, because this is all recorded. Obi Young and his fantastic volunteers make this available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're here for safety. We're here at the 45th annual SNF International Fly-In and Expo and beautiful downtown Lakeland Linder Regional Airport. We're going to take a little bit of a twist, because normally what we do, we put together safety-oriented programs to enhance aviation safety. But what we're going to do on this show with this guest is talk about how not only aviation is safe, but it's fun. Who here has had a ride with the Blue Angels in the past 24 hours? I bet this lady here has. Richele Floyd, welcome to the set here.
Thank you.
And you know, day before yesterday I saw you walking around, you're just kind of normal. But after you got your ride out of the way, you're kind of walking around on pillows. You're almost like you're in the air, you levitate. Tell us about your experience yesterday.
You are exactly correct. I don't think my feet have touched the ground yet. Oh, just what a once-in-a-lifetime experience it was to ride with the Blue Angels yesterday. I'm still shocked I was nominated and selected. Words can't even express what an experience it was.
Well, now, there's nothing else to talk about. Nice to talk to you. We'll see you later. No, we got to pull it out of you, because the aromas, the temperatures, the feel of the cockpit, all of that, all the gauges and instruments and knobs and switches and systems,
yes.
and your briefing about because the safety briefing is really the most important thing in flight.
Right. Yes, absolutely. And it was an hour-long safety briefing, and it was very intense, and they were very serious about it.
What stuck out to you on your safety briefing as far as either one of those aha moments, or I never really thought about that, or I really better remember that because it could
All
be
of
your
it.
life? Okay, really?
Yes, it was really amazing, and the crew chief that did the safety briefing, he was outstanding. He was humorous, but he was very matter of fact, and it was everything from showing us how to breathe, to handle the G's. I'm not an aerobatic person. I mean, I'm a pilot, but I've done very little aerobatics, so I didn't really know how my body was going to respond to it. And then everything from there to teaching us how to use the ejection seat, and then even walking out onto the ramp where there's moving aircraft. And so it was, everything was very professional and relevant.
What's your pull for the ejection sheet? What's the pull? Give us your pull.
Well, you have to straighten your legs and hug onto yourself as tight as you can. And he would say, eject, eject, eject. And
then what would you do?
If he goes, I'm going.
Okay.
However, if I pull mine, I'm all by myself.
I kind of wait and hang around, make
Yeah.
sure that the guy in the front seat.
Yes,
is,
and of course the ejection pull is right here.
Okay.
So it's, I'm riding around like this.
Okay, and G, we talked yesterday. How many G's did you pull?
7.3 was my max.
7.3. Is that the first time you've ever been at 7.3?
When I did a little bit of aerobatics, I don't know the exact number, but it was somewhere around 7. But it was only for a split second. And
This is sustained.
Oh,
7.3 sustained.
Yeah.
Did you have trouble breathing?
I did. You really don't realize how heavy your body is until you're actually put in that situation.
You couldn't lift your arm?
No, there's not a chance.
Yeah.
And what they told us to do, because with the hick maneuver, they have you put your feet on the ground and try to stand up almost and tighten all of your core, which I'm sore today. But he said that you want to relax your arms because you want to move the blood from your legs to keep it into your head, because that's what makes you black out, is when your blood leaves your head. So you have your arms in these little handles, and it's just incredible.
I hear the sound of freedom behind us. But,
Yes.
I don't know how much of this is coming over the program, but that's how you convert kerosene into noise, as they say. Oh, Richele, look, is it?
That's me.
Have you seen that before?
I have.
Oh, are you going to watch it again?
I am.
Are you going to share it with someone?
Yes, and you know,
Tell us what you're feeling right here.
The video is
What are you feeling?
okay.
What do you feel?
It's sheer joy. I'm like, holy cow! I can't believe I'm actually in this. And then he says, "Are you ready? Let's go flying." I don't know if they can hear it on there,
No,
but
I don't think we have audio on it.
I couldn't believe that we're at 300 knots
You're
before
smiling.
we're even at the end of the runway.
You're smiling.
And
Why
off
is your
we
head,
go.
Why is your head back?
Because you can't hold it up. So that was the first moment that we started pulling G's, and I really wasn't expecting it. So, but it was only for a brief moment, and then off we go. And the view of Lakeland from that point is, I mean, especially with the air show going on and all of the traffic and people that are here.
Well, that's probably the first time you'd seen it that high in that short a distance in a long time.
Yes. I mean, I fly our 182 here. We were at 2,500 feet in a matter of a second.
And it takes you at least, 30 or 40 seconds to get that high in the 182.
Or a couple of minutes.
Depending on how you're loaded, if you're
Correct.
lucky.
Yes.
But Richele, and you mentioned something a little earlier about your pre-brief.
Yes.
And who did the crew chief? You say?
Yes.
And you say it was humorous, yet serious.
Yes.
I think that makes the distinction between a professional and an amateur. Because an amateur that's humorous is trying to cover up some of their flaws. A professional that's being humorous is trying to make you comfortable,
Right.
that they can relate to you. And but every maneuver that he showed you to do, he had to be assured that you had a full grasp to the correlation level of why you're doing this.
Right.
And he explained it to you. And that's good, because he wouldn't let you go.
Right.
If you were
Exactly.
busy about, let's see now, what's that little thingy I'm supposed to pull? No.
Yes. Well, see, being a pilot, I understood some of the terminology and everything, but there was also a media ride that was offered yesterday. And this young lady has never been around aviation before, so she had no clue. So it was really important for her to understand some of the terminology and some of the, like you said, the reasons why you have to do this.
Richele, here's turnabout is fair play. And what I would like to throw a challenge out there. If I had a challenge coin, I'd put it out there right now. But I would like to challenge the captain or lieutenant. I'm not sure what rank the officer was that took you flying. I'd like for you to take him flying in the Sun and Fun 182.
That would be boring to him, though, I would imagine.
It would scare him to absolute death.
Maybe.
Trust me, these guys that hop in these jets and they do this, they practice, they routine. That's their part of their makeup. But you throw them in a little bitty airplane, and number one, they feel like they're not going anywhere.
Right.
What's this? What's this
Standing
80
still.
knots business?
Yes.
And that's rotate speed, below rotate speed for me. But it's okay. You're up in the flight. We just followed your lift off, and up when you're at altitude. Where did you go? What did you do? Any maneuvers did he let you take
Lots.
controls?
No, he did not. There are not controls in the back seat. I think just because.
Tell us what's going on.
Okay, so we did some initial. I forget what they're called, but they go from 1G, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, and sustain 4. And then we pull out, he goes directly to 4 Gs and then increases up to 6. And he's just doing it to see how my body's going to respond. And then he said that would prepare me for the rest of the flight.
And okay, what are we doing there?
Well, we went out to the Avon Park bombing range. So we had to behave ourselves
You went all the way to Avon Park?
in about 3 minutes.
You have that grin on your face, like wow, that was cool.
Yeah, I'm not going to stop grinning. I think I was grinning in my sleep last night.
Your family and your loved ones, and when I'm sure they try to pick out of you, well, what was it like? And it's so great that you have video to.
They actually had bets of if I was going to get sick or not.
Really?
And I did not. I did not lose consciousness. I'm very proud of myself.
I am too, but a little disappointed. I think I am at the upper register of a passenger size that they could take at my 1/8 of a ton. That's 250 pounds. But I'm sure that you fit well in the seat, and that now they do not have controls in the back seat.
Right.
Okay, tell us what's happening here.
So he's showing me the instruments. He's hooking up the GoPro camera in that one. But they did teach us a little bit about the instruments that we would see, and of course we were told not to touch, other than the volume knobs.
Yeah, for our radio listeners, we are looking at a side view of the cockpit when she's getting her in cockpit briefing of what to touch, what not, and okay. And what are your thoughts right about there?
Well, look at my
Richele?
face on that one.
What are your thoughts? Now I know that thought is hide there and wave and smile and.
Yes. Well, I'm paying attention because I'm really concerned about what not concerned, but I want to remember what he's telling me. And of course, I'm taking a selfie there.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That wasn't on your homepage, was it?
No, it's not yet, but I haven't had time to do anything like that yet.
We, Lieutenant Carrie Rickoff?
Yes.
Okay. So it was a lieutenant that was taking you flying. That's great. The another aspect of the flight is we got to remember it's so much fun, but it can go horribly wrong in a millisecond.
Right.
And at any time, did you feel like you were in jeopardy or in peril?
Oh, absolutely not.
Okay.
No, when we got out to the Avon bombing range, he said that he explained each and every maneuver beforehand and told me what to expect as far as G's. And of course, I would ask him, how long are we going to sustain it? Because I needed to know. And he said, if there's anything that you want to do or don't want to do, I said, I'm in this. We're doing all of it. So I did try each and every one of them. It was great.
Well, the mark of a true professional is, had there been an emergency, I would expect that you would be telling me the same thing. You'd have never known. It would have been handled underneath the curtain, behind the radar.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, and that's all part of being a professional pilot, be it military, or what's to keep you from operating your Cessna 182 in that same manner?
First of all, it's not capable.
That's a trick question, because there's nothing to prevent you from operating your 182 to that level of professionalism.
Right.
And is there anything that you picked up or learned through your experience flying with the military? Because a lot of folks, they don't get to do that. That might have augmented the way that you do things in your cockpit when you're pilot in command.
Yes, I was very impressed with how he explained each and everything to me, what he was doing, why he was doing it, and it made me realize that I don't really do that with my passengers, and they may not even know, but if I were to offer that to them, then it would probably interest them.
Not only would it interest them, but you would get a feeling from them, because when you take somebody in that 182, that's a bit of a liability, because they could freak out, and we've had people try to jump out of an airplane before, and trying to deal with that and control the aircraft, you got your hands full.
Right.
But the explanation does several things. It does help you. It helps your passenger, and it's not that you're trying to impress them with your knowledge. You're literally trying to transfer something to them that could help them in the event of an emergency.
Right.
And that's, again, I think that we miss out on that so many times when, particularly the ride hoppers, when you're paying somebody just to go from here to there. They do give a safety briefing, but I don't know to what degree it's effective if you're just going for a 15-minute ride around the patch. But it's something that we need to put some thought to. and
Yes,
and
I
your
agree.
involvement here. Oh, tell us what's going on. Talk to us.
Okay.
Oh, I
so-
see some pitch change.
Yes. We did all of the maneuvers that they do in the show, and some that were specific just for the F-18. And this one is, we're doing a loop.
Looks like a dirty loop because your flaps are down. Are the gear down?
The gear is not down, no.
Okay.
No, and here comes a roll.
A little roll on the top.
Yes.
How about the negative G's? And for our radio audience, we are looking at some live footage here from the cockpit of Blue Angel 7. And we do have that occupant sitting here on our stage, Richele Floyd. Richele Floyd.
We did do some inverted flights, so the negative G's are not my favorite.
Okay. How many negative did you get other than zero?
I don't know. We did do some zero gravity.
Okay.
Or a zero gravity maneuver, and it was really cool. You can see my arms lift up, and you're just floating. Only a few seconds, but.
Okay. But no real negative, nothing pulling on the harness to where you felt like you were going to go through the canopy.
Well, just the inverted flight.
Okay. The negative aspect is really what I think gets most people. Mm-hmm. It really is.
Well, the blood's rushing to your head, and.
Well, and there we go. Talk to us, radio
there
audience.
I go. Look at the
We just
face.
did a quick roll, a little quick aileron roll.
Clenching my teeth. So they say that they can only stay inverted for a maximum of 65 seconds.
Okay,
So-
you retained that number. Did they explain why?
Because something about the fuel tanks.
Okay,
So I would imagine gravity.
fuel venting.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And tell us a little bit more. See, you're holding back on us. You're not telling us everything.
Well, I would like to actually say why I was selected and how I got the opportunity.
Richele, would you tell us how you were selected and why you got the opportunity?
Absolutely. So I was selected as a key influencer, and that is for the work that I do here at the Aerospace Center for Excellence with the students. We have the program Transition to the Sky that was developed for people with special needs, and just things that I do in the community. So I was selected as the key influencer for what I do year round.
Mm-hmm. And you do the education aspect here at the ACE, or
Correct,
Aerospace
yes.
Center of Excellence.
Correct.
And what was your takeaway from this experience that you're going to transcend to your... Oh, tell us.
Oh,
We're back.
Okay, so
Radio audience.
I would really like to say that everything's possible. I used to come out here as a child, and I always told my father, I'm going to ride with those guys one day. And there I was.
You
so
did it.
Put your mind to it, anything's possible.
You just did a torque roll on this one. You were going up. Now you're straight and level.
Yes.
What
So-
a pretty day.
Oh, it was beautiful. And it was really cool on the way back because there were just some of the low clouds. We did some cloud surfing on the way back. So it was, we're zooming in and out and up and down. And
Well, I can kind of tell it left an impact on you.
yes.
Is it anything that you thought would be? Because I'm sure once you were notified that, I'm going to get a ride, you had to imagine. And did you do any homework? Did you watch any?
I just found out last Friday, so I really didn't have time to do homework. Of course, I know some guys. Lights, our CEO, John Leanhouse, for instance. Okay, what do I need to do? How do I need to prepare?
Oh, there we go again.
Oh, that was when we came back over the airport. So we were coming in, and we did a carrier. I
Pitch
forget.
out?
Yes. And that was another instance that we pulled 7 Gs. And so he said he's turning the smoke on so everybody would look at us.
Are you breathing heavy right about here, Richele?
Yes. And sweating.
Was it warm?
It was warm in there, yes. But I think because of all of the aerobatics and the adrenaline and everything, it was a little toasty.
Okay, and for our radio audience, we're in a right bank coming back around after passing over the runway. Take over from there, Richele.
And so we're coming into land. So when he just did the cutaway, we were at 800 feet.
You pitched out at 800 feet.
Yes.
And the pitch out maneuver is to trade off airspeed for altitude and to
Yes.
get down to landing speed. And what are you doing right now?
We're coming into land.
Okay.
So we did also, when we were in the Avon Park bombing range, we went.
Oh, tell us.
Point.
Wait. Okay, there you go.
And
A
back on the
couple
ground.
tugs. And how many times when you were rolling out did you say, that's not enough, I want more?
I was actually very thankful.
Really?
Of course I wanted more, but I was like, thank you. This was amazing, thank you.
Is there anything that you were introduced to that will help you talk to your kids and your followers and your people that might encourage them to adapt that as an objective or a goal?
I work with all of our scholarship students, so some of the topics that I can relate to them are very relevant.
Okay. And now you can do that from a first-person perspective.
I know.
Richele, thank you so much
Thank you.
for sharing your experience with us, and we're happy for you.
Thank you.
And with that, we're going to, I don't know how we can top that from an enthusiasm standpoint, an enthusiastic and beautiful, beautiful experience. But we're going to try. And I'm Ben Coleman, one of your many hosts here at the Florida Aviation Network. We'll see you next interview.